The title is a lie. No, it didn't save me or anything. It just made me laugh at a darker time. And maybe that was all that I needed at that time. Kikuzero is a 1999 Japanese movie. It was released in the same year that I was born, which is quite a coincidence since this movie quickly became one of my favorite movies that I visit quite often. So it being released on the same year I was born is a nice thing, I guess. Kukurizo is a story about a boy named Masao who lives with his grandmother. He has never met his parents. His father is dead and his mother lives away from him because she works somewhere. We don't know where her mother works. One day, while Masao was looking for something, he finds out a picture of his mother, and along with that picture, he finds her address. So he decides to leave home to find his mother. He packs his bags and starts to go on a journey. On his way to go see his mother, he meets his grandmother's neighbor, Kukizero, and his wife. The wife, seeing that Masao is going alone on this long journey, she got worried. Like she cannot let a kid travel this distance alone. So she forces her husband, Kukurizo, to accompany Masao on this journey. And so begins the real journey. See, Kukurijo is a piece of shit. This is the kind of man that will steal candy from a child. Like he is the shit that will waste a child's money on gambling. Like seriously, this motherfucker is not a good person. So the first thing that Kukurijo does after starting the journey is to go to a track cycling race and gamble away all the money of Masao. Luckily he won, but that all doesn't matter as everything just changes next day when he proceeds to lose everything, even the money that he won. So yeah, this guy is a piece of shit. Now, since they don't have any money to travel, Kukurijo and Masao ends up hitchhiking. While hitchhiking, they meet unique characters, a couple, a writer, to biker. I will talk about the writer and the biker later cause they play an essential part in the story. Through hitchhiking, they finally reaches their destination, the house where Masao's mother lives. Masao was kind of nervous to meet his mother, so Kukurijo goes instead of him. But as he drew closer to the house, a family comes out of the house. It turns out that the mother of Masao has a new family with a new man, and she has abandoned Masao. Masao, learning this information, he gets traumatized, and a journey that was filled with laughter has suddenly been filled with grief. Kukurijo tries his best to uplift Masao's mood, but it's with little to none of success. But that's until Kukurijo and Masao meets the bikers and the writer again. With the help of the bikers and the writer, Kukurijo was finally able to bring Masao's laughter back, and they finally go home. That's the movie. This movie is a comedy, which by this point you probably get it. Most of the comedy in this movie is slapstick. Let me just show you.
これ柔らかい洗えちゃう。これな止まってる車だから大丈夫だ。ぼやなんか釘拾うとか釘太いの。こんなんダメか。外しちゃったってしょうがねえな。
That's how most of the comedy goes in this movie. There is a setup. For example, in this scene, Masao asks Kukrijo, "Are you not swimming because you cannot swim?" And Kukurijo, being the overconfident freak who doesn't want to lose his pride, he says obviously he knows how to swim and then proceeds to jump in the pool and kind of swim. This is the setup. From this part, we viewers expect him to show off his swimming skills, which we kind of see him doing. And this is the payoff. Yup, he nearly drowns trying to protect his pride. And yeah, he cannot swim. This is the kind of comedy that creates this movie. There is a setup, then there is an expectation, and then immediately there is a payoff. The comedy in this movie isn't a smart or hidden comedy. It's more in your face comedy, more like subverting expectation kind of comedy. I kind of don't want to do this. So, till this point, I have been following a script. And for a movie that means so much to me, I don't want to follow a script. So, yeah, I'm going scriptless. That sounds bad. I don't know why. This movie is created by Takashi Kitano, the actor that plays Kukurijo. This story for him, it is a personal story. Takashi is known for making gangster movie Hanabi, the movie that he made just few years ago before making Kukurijo. It was a critically acclaimed movie. Like it is the top gangster movie. It is the movie that made him go international. Even though this movie is so critically acclaimed, it made Takashi feel more trapped, as if he is typecast, as if he is seen as just a stereotypical gangster movie director who can just make one type of movie. So he decides to break free of this stereotype with help of Kukurijo, a comedy drama. But that's not the only reason why he made this movie. He made this movie to be a reflection of his childhood. Takashi's father was not the greatest father. He was abusive, a gambler, and an alcoholic. He was absent from Takashi's life for most of the part. And I think this movie is a fantasy about his own life. Maybe it's Takashi saying that even though his father, whose name was also Kukurijo, was a violent man, he was still someone that cared about Takashi. And maybe that was the truth. Only Takashi knows. This movie has quite less of dialogues compared to its runtime. There are scenes where not a single dialogue is uttered, but action speaks, action shows. And through these unspoken scenes, we see the colorful scenery that Takashi is known to shoot. Takashi, even though he makes mostly gangster flicks, he is known to shoot beautiful scenes, and this movie is filled to the brim with beautiful scenes that make you feel at peace. Toward the end of the story kind of stops its progression, just so the writer, the bikers, and Kukurijo can amuse Masao after he has just realized his mom has abandoned him. But this moment of amusement are not unnecessary, as Masao needs to laugh to overcome his trauma of losing a parent. And he does overcome his trauma throughout this amusement and laughter. See, I relate to this movie a lot. I also had an unconventional father figure. I don't want to get too deep into that because it's something personal. But I think this is a reason why this movie means so much to me. I know I'm talking about this movie as if it's some kind of masterpiece. It's not. It is just a comedy drama. That's all it is. It's like those Christmas movie with a message. And this movie also has a message. A message that connection and bond can be formed with unexpected people. It is a nice message, but it's not something that is unknown. But at the same time, this movie feels like it's more, as if it's an epic film that will change your life. And maybe it did for someone. Say, I love Kukurijo because I don't know why. Maybe it's the nostalgia of an era. Maybe it's just something I find appealing. But I know one thing, that I keep coming back to this film over and over. When I feel miserable, I come and watch this movie and feel a little bit uplifted. When I'm sad, I watch this movie to laugh. When I just want to relax, I watch this movie to do that. I don't know why, but I do maybe. I just love this movie. Or maybe there is something more that even I don't understand. For me, this movie is a comforting place where I can feel safe and relax. For me, it's a friend. And I want to say thank you, Takashi Kinato, for making it.